Deep Meditation with Bodhisattva Sri Swami Premodaya, recorded live in Los Angeles. Finding Inner Peace.
So just relax and let yourself be here without any past or future, just for this hour. 1 hour out of your life where you can relax and not worry about anything, not think about anything, not be concerned with anything other than relaxing and listening. Just falling inside without any effort, without any agenda other than to relax and be inside yourself. Most of the things in daily life are drawing you out of yourself, and you're taught to focus outside. So for this hour, focus inside. Just falling deeper and deeper into your interior. The interior and the exterior, oddly enough, are in no way separate, but they're experienced by most people as separate. So experience the interior part. But know full well that it's all interactive. There's really no inside and no outside. The inside is just the inside part of the outside. The outside is just the outside part of the inside. But don't concern yourself with that. Just relax. Just fall inside. In the interior space that only you can go. Nobody can go with you. Nobody can take you there. But you can go. You can fall into it. And be meditative. Meditative means any thoughts that arise, don't be concerned. Let them be there. Meditative means any feelings that come, sensations that happen, fine, let them be there. Leave them alone. Don't grab them. Don't push them away. Don't follow them. Don't not follow them. Make no effort on the inside. Just relax. Just enjoy. And see how much you can taste yourself. Taste the taste of the interior, which is the taste of you. Bodhi Center meditations are not about reaching any particular place, achieving any particular state, finding any particular truth, having any particular experience. Bodhi Center meditations are simply about meditatively, quietly, effortlessly developing understanding. Because understanding is really what brings inner peace. There's no inner peace without greater understanding, greater awareness, and greater awareness brings greater understanding, and greater understanding brings greater awareness. So it's not that inner peace somehow gets achieved like a commodity. You can't go to the store and buy it. And it's not like inner peace somehow gets attained like climbing a mountain. You go far enough, you go in the right direction, and you reach this place called inner peace. It's not like that at all, although that's how we think about it. And everybody wants inner peace. Everybody wants peace. You ask people, what do you really want? What's your spiritual journey about? The vast majority tend to say, well, I'm looking for peace. But what we tend to do is look for it like an object, like it's something out there to be found. It's just a misunderstanding. You can't find inner peace. Nobody ever has. It's not how the process works. The language is deceptive. The words don't indicate how it really works because people talk about finding inner peace. But you can't find inner peace. The reason you can't find it is you're in the way. As long as there's you, Y-O-U, some idea, some fixed notion of what you is, no inner peace is possible. Because what's you? Well, generally, a set of memories, a set of grudges, a set of complaints, a set of preferences, a set of likes and dislikes, a whole slew, a long laundry list of how these things should be this way and those things should be that way. And that's what we end up carrying as our idea of who we are. Well, this happened to me in 1993. I'm that. And most of the time I'm thinking about such and such, so I must be that. And boy, if I only had more this and that, things would be so much better. That's you. Or that's what most people identify with as themselves. It's really a complaint list. So how can there be any inner peace if you're there? So understand it rightly. Inner peace is absolutely possible. It's absolutely possible for anyone. But only if you're not there. Only if the list evaporates. Inner peace isn't something you find. Inner peace is something that finds you when you get out of the way. When you fall deep inside yourself, and see if you can fall really deeply inside yourself now. When you fall really deeply inside yourself and all those lists are left behind and all those memories don't matter and thoughts about tomorrow and thoughts about yesterday aren't important. When you start to have the taste of what it feels like to be breathing and your blood flowing and to be alive in this moment, in this place, not as some particular entity, not as a man or a woman or an old person or a young person or a sick person or a well person, but just as that interiority, that insideness, experiencing everything in all directions. When that's going on, then inner peace starts to take over. And all meditations, no matter what their purpose, no matter what method they use, no matter what tradition or path they come from, all meditations are roads, pathways to inner peace. They have to be. How can you get anywhere spiritually? How can you go beyond yourself without more peace being included? The peace has to come. But it isn't something you develop. It isn't something you make happen. It's something that happens to you, passively. It's something that rises up in you from deep inside. It's never not there. It's just obscured by all these lists, all these ideas, all these philosophies, all these memories, all these desires, all these pushes and pulls, all these ups and downs. So the spiritual process isn't really about gaining anything, learning anything, achieving anything. It's about letting go. It's about letting the barriers drop away. And what's left isn't the better you. What's left is peace. It's not that you're going to improve yourself day by day and get to the point where you've improved yourself so much and so well that you get the prize, inner peace. It's not about sculpting yourself into some different form or fixing your worries and mental problems. It's not about calming your emotional ups and downs. There's nothing wrong with doing any of those things. But the result isn't inner peace. You won't improve your way to inner peace. But you can pave the way for inner peace to find you. That's a more accurate understanding of how peace comes. It comes because you've been able to let go of all that isn't peace. And it's not like you have to let go of everything. It's not like there's some magic number or special threshold. It's not a gargantuan task. You just have to let go of enough. Just enough. For the peace to have more space. This is why the Buddhists talk about emptiness. You can occupy the inner space with all these laundry lists, or peace can occupy that space. To the degree that you occupy it, less peace. To the degree that you become simple awareness, not occupying space, more space for peace. So don't be fooled by language. You won't find inner peace, but inner peace can find you because it's already in you. It's inside you and it's outside you. When the complaint list doesn't matter, how can there not be more peace? When the preferences are no longer clung to, how can there not be more peace? When you choose which desires to follow, instead of them running you, how can there not be more peace? When everything that's happening isn't characterized by you trying to control it, how can there not be more peace? Countless things are going on every second, every nanosecond, all over the world, all over the universe, all over existence. beyond anything the mind can hope to fathom, beyond anything all minds put together could ever try to fathom. You're not controlling any of that. All the stars whirling in space, they're doing fine without you. Worlds upon worlds that we know nothing of. And yet most of us walk through life thinking we need to control events. It's an illusion. We don't control events. We're events. So how can there not be more peace? If the long list of what we have to control gets shorter, if we recognize more our true limits, if we no longer live so much in the illusion that we can control everything and make it come out our way, even just a little more of that, a little less believing that illusion, how can there not be much more peace? Less you, more peace. More you, less peace. That's the simple equation. That's the basic spiritual equation. So that's why perfecting yourself doesn't work for inner peace. You can't perfect your way to inner peace because you're just perfecting you. Sure, nothing wrong with a better you. But if what you want is more peace, that's not the method. Peace is like water. It finds its own level. It seeps in wherever there's room, whenever the conditions are right, whenever the angle allows. Peace operates its own way. That's why you can't grab it. You can't get a slice of it like a piece of pie. But you can become more the right conditions, more the right angle, more the right level for it to flow more through you. So it's important to understand that if peace is what you want, it's important to understand how it works. And if more inner peace comes to you, it's not that you'll have less problems. It's not that you'll never get sick. It's not that you'll never feel anxious again. It's that those experiences will be experienced from the vantage point of inner peace. It's not that you'll never be disturbed again. Because inner peace is so vast, so deep, so real, that it includes everything. It includes feeling disturbed. It includes negative thoughts. It isn't you'll exchange all your negative thoughts for positive thoughts and then inner peace will come. Inner peace is so big and so basic, but it includes all negative thoughts. There's nothing that isn't included. It's us who exclude things, who say, give me more of that, but I don't want this. I like that, I don't like that. So give me the one I like and forget about the one I don't like. Inner peace is wiser than that. Inner peace includes everything. Inner peace doesn't say, I like this, I don't like that. Inner peace says, I am that which is, without evaluating it, without adding a judgment on top. And if you move closer to that, if you start living with that understanding more and more, if you start accepting what is and not being so rabid about your preference, about it turning out your way, how can there not be more inner peace? Inner peace doesn't happen your way. Your way is what prevents inner peace. Your way is just an arbitrary set of preferences. I like this, I don't like that. I want to feel good, I don't want to feel bad. But there's never been a life on this earth that didn't include feeling good and feeling bad. There's never been a life in this existence that didn't include feeling calm and feeling anxious. But we don't think this way. We don't remember this. We're guided by our preferences most of the time. And we fall into the delusion that we can get what we like and keep out what we don't want. And how can there be anything close to inner peace if that's our method for living? So I want to say to you tonight, as clearly as I know how, your own very preferences are the biggest barrier to inner peace. Your very preferences take up the space that inner peace is trying to occupy. And it's not that you'll wake up one day and have less preferences. It's not that you'll say, I don't care if I'm too hot or too cold. It's just that it won't matter so much. It won't be the be-all and end-all measure of every moment, whether you get your way or not. Your very own direct personal experience doesn't have to be perfect every moment. But somehow we have this idea. We have this idea that it needs to be this way. And this is the biggest single barrier to peace. Because this way simply means my way. And my way, our way, your way, is so tiny, so limited, so not all-inclusive. Existence is much richer than that. It includes everything. And peace is synonymous with that. And inner peace is simply your interior accepting that and plugging into that. You're not separate from it. It's not that you exist. It's that existence includes you. So the plugging in isn't even finding that special socket and getting the right cord. The plugging in is simply recognizing that. Recognizing that it's all already the case. You're already here. You already are. And whether you believe it or not, peace already is. No matter what your mind says or your emotions say. So it does take a certain faith that it's possible. It does take a certain faith that even if you can't experience it as much as you would like, how you are not separate from all that is. It takes a certain faith that there's something true in that. That possibility may be more real than what your mind or your senses may say. And what we do is we rely on our senses and our thoughts in the belief that they're our best guide, that they give us the most pertinent information, that they lead us because somehow we need that guidance. But I'm saying to you that although they're part and parcel of who we are, they are not. Absolutely not the best signposts. The best signposts are actually more abstract than that. They're the inner wisdom. the true knowing that can't be put into words, that don't involve what your eyes see and what your fingers touch and what your thoughts say. And everyone knows something of this level. Everyone has some experience of this dimension. So I'm saying to you, trust it more. Put your faith more in that and less in what your fingertips tell you. Because that knowing is much closer to what's true. That knowing is much more aligned with real peace. Living more that knowing makes more space for inner peace. There's nobody who can't get closer. There's no one who can't become more empty, more silent. It doesn't take special intelligence. It doesn't take any particular set of qualities as a person. It doesn't require any particular skills. It simply needs the willingness to see life as something bigger, something more than just one's own ever-changing preferences. So see right now if you can fall even deeper inside yourself, even further into that interior space, without effort. And as you do that, see if it isn't true that the deeper you go, the further you fall inside yourself, the more preferences don't matter. The further away you are from this endless list of desires and preferences. And as you look at that and experience that, see if what comes with that doesn't taste more like inner peace. See how much of that can be accessed right now. See what it feels like to fall more into whatever already is and fall more away from what you think of as you. See if that doesn't feel like more inner peace. And whatever your experience is, don't fight with it. Don't evaluate it. Don't interpret it. Just taste it. Maybe it's negative, maybe it's positive. Doesn't matter. Don't make that judgment just for this moment. And instead, just feel yourself from the inside. And see if that feels more like inner peace. If I could give you only one message and wasn't allowed to give you any other, it would simply be this, that inner peace is absolutely possible for you. Truly. It isn't some complex, mountainous set of achievements that you have to struggle toward. And maybe you're good enough and maybe you're not. Maybe you'll get it and maybe you won't. It isn't anything like that. It's just the willingness to not take yourself so seriously, to not live mostly from your own preferences. I swear to you, it's not hard. It just seems hard when we haven't had much experience of it. Many people walk around this earth believing inner peace is possible, but not for them. Some saint 1,000 years ago got it. Some Mahatma in India got it. Some guy who meditated for 40 years found it. But it's not likely for me. I'm absolutely telling you that's wrong thinking. It's absolutely possible for you. It's not huge. It's not slippery. It's not even far away. The only criteria for coming to inner peace is that you be breathing. As long as you're breathing, it's possible. But not if you continue to cling to preferences as if they matter more in any moment than anything else. Peace isn't slippery, but your preferences are. They're different on Tuesday than on Wednesday. They're different in the morning than at night. They're different when you're 12, when you're 22, and when you're 52. They're just the shimmering surface. Don't live there. Stop living there. Stop living from the idea that nothing matters more in any given moment than what my mind tells me I prefer. Stop doing that for 30 seconds and I guarantee you you'll have 30 seconds of complete inner peace. This is the understanding I would like you to have. that nobody out there is preventing your inner peace. No amount of noise, no sets of bad circumstances, no evil people. And it doesn't mean there aren't plenty of evil people. It doesn't mean there's plenty of noise. It doesn't mean there aren't tons of bad sets of circumstances. But those aren't the real barriers to peace. The barrier is your preference for the nice music instead of the noise. The barrier is your preference for nice, sweet people instead of evil people. The barrier is your preference for nice and good and what you like circumstances, as opposed to difficult circumstances, bad circumstances, or more accurately, whatever circumstances happen to be happening. So there are two methods, two possibilities. One is to stop living one's preferences so adamantly. Simply seeing through that illusion, understanding it more clearly. That's one way. The other way is the same thing but from a different angle, more active, which is just to accept whatever's going on, not fight with it, not exercise the preference. It's the same thing, but it's a different method. They both work. But you may prefer one over the other. One may work better for you than the other. One may fit better for you than the other. Some people have a hard time with acceptance. So it works better for them to understand how limiting their own preferences are. Other people feel they can't get a handle on not taking their preferences so seriously, but somehow they have the knack for acceptance. They can look at a situation, be in a particular moment, and just let go and accept it. Different methods for the same thing. No matter what the method, no matter what helps you get there, it's simply about understanding. And you can understand more. That acceptance is freedom. And you can understand better that your preference of the moment is a prison cell. Just more understanding of how these things really operate and the effect they really have. Just a little bit more understanding, just a little bit more willingness to try a different way than the way our mind tends to tell us, which is the way of preference, the way of non-acceptance. Just a little more willingness. And a flood of peace can wash over you. It's not a question of whether you've had a good life or a bad life. It's not reserved for certain people. It isn't the property of the saints and the angels. Just a little more understanding of what limits you and imprisons you. Just a little more willingness to accept what can't be controlled. And I guarantee you, more peace will find you. So don't think ever again of inner peace as something you probably won't get and something that's difficult to achieve. And something that requires all kinds of special circumstances first. Think of inner peace as what's already at your very core. What you're already made out of. And think of yourself as the possibility in any and every given moment, as long as you're breathing. To be less the slave of your senses and your preferences and your thoughts. And more available to what's already there that isn't any of those things. It's not far away. You're sitting in it. Less you, more peace. Deeper inside, closer to peace. focusing mostly on the outside, on what's happening around you, not much peace. The strangest thing, as far as my mind goes, to the spiritual dimension, is the simple fact that absolute peace is trying to flow toward you. Just like gravity operates, it's trying to get to you. It's trying to take over where you sit. Whatever it means, find the way to get out of the way. And it always means something about acceptance and human preferences. Nothing to conquer, just step a little more out of the way. Nothing to change or perfect in you, just be a little more willing to not have to have your way. And absolutely know once and for all full well, and I invite you to accept it. I encourage you to accept it, that inner peace is absolutely possible for you. No matter what nonsense your mind's been telling you your whole life. No matter what issues have been there or haven't been there, no matter what anybody else thinks of you, no matter what this life has been about, inner peace is absolutely possible for you. Less sincere people than you have come to inner peace. Less intelligent people than you have come to inner peace. More negative thinking people than you have come to inner peace. It's absolutely possible for you. There's nothing lacking about you. It's already taken care of. Peace is your core. just understand a little bit more, a little bit deeper. That peace means not my way, but the way that is. You've heard this again and again and again from all kinds of folks. Inner peace is already in you. Peace is what you're made of. Get out of your own way. Go with the flow. You've heard it 1,000 ways from 1,000 different sources. You've read it, you've listened to it, you've probably even pondered it deeply. So now don't make it anymore some faraway thing. Recognize once and for all, in this lifetime, absolutely possible for you. So now in your own time, without any effort, taking as much time as you like, come back and let your eyes fall open, but see how much of that taste of that interior space you can allow to come back with you, back into the room. See how much peace can come back with you here and now. And thank you so much for listening.